I'll walk you through how an Aqualoop system really works. We have hundreds of systems in operation worldwide, have gone through the full design process with many engineering firms. The other aspect is we have NSF 350 certification, which is a 6-month certification process that requires meeting very high water quality standards. And not only hitting those water quality standards, but doing it with zero human interaction during that 6-month period. So this is an indication that not a lot of adjustments are required and not a lot of maintenance is required. All still required, but at a very low level. So how does it actually work? Our process is a membrane bioreactor, or MBR for short, which really consists of 2 steps. Biological treatment to reduce organic contaminants, and then filtration, which takes out suspended solids, provides good water clarity, and most importantly, disinfects the water without addition of any chemicals. We're able to prove through third-party testing up to 6 log bacteria reduction and 5 log reduction of viruses. And so how is that done? Our ultrafiltration filter is at 0.02 microns. As a comparison, the COVID virus is 6 times bigger than that. So you can see that it will filter out bacteria and virus to a large degree and achieve disinfection without added chemicals. We avoid the use of chlorination or other steps unless local regulations require it. So we put it all together and provide the system that meets the regulatory requirements as well as meets the owner's needs for a low maintenance, high reliability system. The first question from architects and engineers is always, how much space do we need to install this system? And to answer that question, we have a standard approach of doing a water balance, supply and demand analysis, how many people are in the building, what's their average supply of gray water, how much are they demanding on a daily basis, and then we can decide which of the 10 packaged, pre-assembled Aqualoop systems is the best fit for this project. And from that we know footprint, envelope, necessary things to design this system. The second question I would say is really what's required from an electrical, communication, and plumbing perspective to design and integrate our system into the building. That's where we provide our process flow diagrams, 3D modeling, Revit that integrates into the system, as well as all the plumbing specifications, electrical specifications, etc. Engineering stuff that you need to integrate into the project and be successful. I can talk about a challenging project. I don't know if it was the most challenging, but there are some key aspects that I'd like to cover off on. One of those projects was the Uber project that we started working on back in 2017. We're coming in a little bit later in the design process. There was another company that was working with the engineering firm at that time. And the key first challenge was space. It was a challenge to get our system into that space, but we figured it out through unique tank designs and so forth, and we're able to do that at a much lower capital cost. The other challenge was that this was 2017, so San Francisco's 12C regulations, which is now going statewide with SB 966, was new. And it was new for us, new for everybody. So the challenges of going through the engineering report, complying with the prescriptive requirements of each step of the process was interesting. And we pulled it off and installed that system in 2019 within the space constraints, capital costs, and meeting compliance with 12C regulations at that time. The NSF 350 certification was very important for Aqualoop. We gained this certification in 2016. It's a proof of high water quality and at the same time running a 6-month test where you're measuring the water quality, but also you cannot interact with the system. You can't do maintenance, you can't make any adjustments. So this is a badge of approval that you're getting high water quality with a very reliable system. Having said that, many states have a requirement for NSF 350. And it turns out that Aqualoop is the only system tested and certified by NSF to their 350 standard. So states like Florida, Colorado, and some others, city areas, LA County has a requirement for NSF 350. And in general, it's just a way of showing that the system will work and will be reliable. We have a very strong emphasis on collaboration and working in a team to achieve a project. We'd like to get involved with engineering and architectural firms as early as possible in the process so that we can integrate our system, which is standardized, pre-assembled, packaged, into the building, which has variation. There's always something challenging and different with every project, and we'd like to collaborate with the team to bring things to completion. To support the project, we bring our technical library, which includes, in addition to our own engineering expertise, standardized drawings, process flow diagrams, Division 22 specifications, 3D models, everything needed to bring the project from concept to construction.